Good afternoon. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday, Beginners Yoga Meditation. We are all experiencing trying and challenging times at the moment. So taking the time to for ourselves 10, 15 minutes a day will reap enormous benefits in our mental and emotional life. Meditation will allows us to process a lot of the information that we receive day in and day out. We're constantly bombarded with news from different sources, different kinds of news. So, taking the time to practice meditation, and when I say meditate, it's taking the time to turn off the TV, turn off your phone, just sit, relax with yourself. This allows us to process all of the bits of information and helps us to decide what's important and what to discard. For the next half hour, we will be focusing on relaxing and deepening our breathing through a short meditation, along with some exercises to relieve tension in the eyes, neck, and shoulders. The benefits of yoga and meditation, or creating a time for yourself, include increased focus, feelings of calmness and peace, and increased confidence to take on your next task. Please get into a position that you can comfortably maintain for 20-25 minutes. I'm sitting on a chair, so if you're in a chair or on a cushion or on the floor in a cross-legged position, maintain as much as comfortable the back straight. Sitting with the back straight will allow for increased air to the lungs, thus providing more oxygen to the brain. If you're on a chair, you can have your feet flat on the floor, knees slightly apart, hands rested palms up on your knees. Let's together take 8 breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, breathing deeply and silently. The aim is to deepen your breathing so that the air reaches and fills our abdomen. On the count of 3, I'll chant, or we can chant Om, and then begin our meditation. So first, we'll start with our breathing. Breathing in through our nose. Exhaling through the nose. In. Continue breathing for 8 times. You may find that your breathing is a little shallow or that doesn't reach the abdomen, but that's okay. Don't judge. You may find that the breathing goes only as far as the top portion of the lungs, and you may notice the chest or the top of the shoulders begin to move in and out. Continue your breathing through the nose. 3 more. Last breath in and out. So on the count of 3, we can do a chant of Om, opening ourselves, and begin a meditation. So 1, 2, 3. Om. Closing your eyes if you like, or leaving them open, we will begin a tense and release starting from the feet. So focusing on the feet, tense them, and relax. Continuing mindful breathing, we'll focus on the calves, tensing the calves, tense and release. Our thighs, tensing the thighs and release. Please remember to keep breathing and back straight. Focusing now on the stomach and chest and back area. So we're going to tense the torso, tense, tense, and release. Focusing on your hands and your arms, tensing, making a fist with the hands, tensing the arms, and release. Tense your neck, tense your neck, and release. Let's tense in our face and release. Like I said, breathing should be deep, abdominal, and through the nose. You are like sponges soaking up energy. There should be no tension. Concentration is necessary for relaxation. Be aware of the body. Be aware of the body as it relaxes. Slowing down the breathing and relax. Om. You can open your eyes. We will now continue to our eye exercises. So being in front of the screens, in front of doing virtual television screens, computer screens, and our iPhones causes a lot of tension in our eyes. So these exercises will help relax eye muscles. Okay, so I'm going to get in a little closer and we're going to do some exercises. We'll start with the side to side. So keeping your shoulders facing straight ahead of you and our head straight, we're going to look to our right side and then to the left. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and left. Close. Relax your eyes before we go on to our next exercise, which is the up and down. So we'll start by looking up without moving your head, keeping your shoulders straight. Look up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. Relax your eyes. The next is diagonal movement of the eyes, starting from the upper right to the bottom left in our field of vision. So upper left, upper right, bottom 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 left. Close and relax. And we will do the opposite side. Diagonal, starting from the upper left to the bottom right. So upper left, bottom right, upper left, bottom right, upper left, bottom right, upper left, bottom right, upper left, bottom right. Close and relax your eyes. Please be mindful of breathing, making sure that this is done as you breathe. How is your breathing? Are you beginning to feel a deepening of the breathing? Perhaps you can feel the abdomen moving in and out. Our next eye exercise is rotation, clockwise rotation. So starting from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, 6, 9 o'clock, and back to 12 o'clock. We're going to do that 6 times. So circling the eyes clockwise. And relax. Okay, and we're going to do the opposite direction, counterclockwise, starting from 12 o'clock, looking up, looking to the left, 9 o'clock, looking down, 6 o'clock, and to the right, 3 o'clock, back to 12. 6 times. And close your eyes. Now I'm going to ask you to just squint your eyes slightly, and we're going to focus on to put our attention onto the tips of our noses. So go ahead, squint your eyes, close them slightly, putting our attention onto the tips of your nose, thus allowing an increased focus or an attention to one spot. And close your eyes and relax. Now rubbing your palms together quickly so you build up some heat. And when you feel some heat starting to build up, we're going to cover our eyes only slightly, just so that they feel that warmth. 5 points of yoga, and we all know we all need proper exercise, the asana, and that's to improve circulation, massaging internal organs, and improving organ function. But just as important in yoga is your breathing. Proper breathing connects the body to its battery, boosts our daily energy reserves. Another point is proper relaxation, which is the most natural way to re energize the body and mind and to counteract worry and fatigue. Proper diet, healthy and vegetarian foods are easy to digest and have a positive effect on the mind and body. Lastly, positive thinking and meditation. By controlling the movements of the mind, we can eliminate negative thought patterns and experience deep inner peace. So we're going to continue to our next exercises, which are the neck exercises. So again, please sit up nice and tall, shoulders facing forward, and we're going to turn our head to the right and hold it for 5 seconds. And switch to the left. To the right. To the left. To the right. And to the left. Okay, keeping your shoulders down, we're going to stretch the neck and head to the right side and hold it for 5 seconds. To the other side, to the left side. Back to the right. Left. Last round. Right. And left. Okay. Remember to keep breathing through this process. Deep breathing. Next, neck exercise. We're going to rest our chin onto our chest, holding it there for 20 seconds. Lift the head up and stretch the neck back. 20 seconds. Rest the chin back onto the chest. You should feel a stretching in the back of the neck. And lift your head up and back. One more time. Chin to chest. Hold. And head back. Okay. Take a breath. Relax. Our next is we're going to be rotating the head and neck clockwise. Okay, so in a clockwise position, breathing in as you go back and exhaling as you come to the front. So I'm breathing in as I go back and exhaling as I come back. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling, and inhaling and exhaling. Okay, we're going to do clockwise now. Same thing, inhaling back and exhaling, coming back to the front. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale and exhale. Okay, it's super important that we maintain our breath, breathing through each and all of these exercises. So now we're going to go to our shoulder exercises. And first shoulder exercise, of course, our shoulders is another common place where a lot of tension gets held. And so you see a lot of people hold their shoulders up, but try to relax them, try to keep them down. We're going to push our shoulders forward, and then we're going to bring them back, pinching the shoulder blades together. Okay, so we'll do that 6 times. We're going to bring our shoulders forward and back, pinch the shoulder blades. Okay, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. One more. Forward and back. Okay, relax your shoulders. We're going to be rotating now one shoulder at a time, starting with our right. So just going to roll in a sort of a circle forward. Okay, so 6 times, bringing your shoulder forward, massaging the joint, the shoulder joint, and reverse the other direction, going back. Okay, other side. We're going to go left shoulder going forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're going to rotate both shoulders now. So we're going to bring them forward, up to the ears, back, and down. Okay, so forward, up to the ears, back, and down 6 times. Rotating the shoulders. As you breathe, And last one. And reverse direction. Okay, so bring them back up to the front and down. Back up to the front and down. Back up, front, down. Okay, one more. Great. All right, we're going to squeeze our both shoulders up to our ears. Tense them, tense, hold it for a few seconds. And relax. Okay. So we finished our shoulder exercises along with our neck exercises and our eye exercises. So hopefully we may be feeling a little bit relaxed in those areas. We may have sort of increased blood flow, so it may feel warm, increased blood circulation, and increased energy, depending on how you feel. And the last thing I wanted to work on today was abdominal breathing. So I mentioned abdominal breathing at the beginning, and most of us use only the top portion of our lungs when we breathe. So we have very shallow breaths, and we might breathe very quickly, very shallowly. So abdominal breathing allows as much of the air that we breathe to really reach down to the bottom of our lungs. And the way we know if we're abdominal breathing is if we put our hands on, or put your right hand on your stomach, on your abdomen. Okay, so like right here, you'll notice. Do you feel the abdomen going in and out? When you breathe in, does your abdomen move outward? And when you exhale, it should retract, meaning the stomach goes back in. So breathing out, breathing in, the stomach goes out, and then exhaling, the stomach goes back in. Inhaling, stomach out, exhaling, stomach back in. So the reason why this happens is that we have a muscle, the largest muscle in the breathing process, which is called the diaphragm. Now, the diaphragm is a muscle that runs through the body, dividing the chest area from the abdominal area. On inhalation, the diaphragm pushes downward against the abdominal organs, stomach, liver, etc. And that causes the stomach to get pushed out. This massages and stimulates the liver. As the diaphragm moves down, a vacuum is created in the lungs and air flows into them naturally. No need to suck in air noisily. Abdominal breathing brings air all the way down to the lowest portions of the lungs, filling the entire lung area and providing maximum oxygen to the body. Exhalation occurs naturally. The diaphragm moves upwards and the abdomen moves back in. This clears the entire lung area of stagnant air. So put your right hand on the abdomen and feel the movement of the abdomen in and out. You can close your eyes if you like. Inhale and exhale. Make sure that you're sitting with your back straight, as poor posture interferes with the breathing process. Like I said, upper or high breathing means using only a top portion of the lungs. Shoulders rise and fall, but the abdomen will not move. I'm going to show a short video, but you can continue your breathing of how the diaphragm works.
Diaphragm is a thin, dome-shaped layer of muscle and tendon that separates the abdominal cavity from the chest cavity. It gains its shape from its attachments and from the organs that surround it, especially the heart, lungs, and liver. The diaphragm attaches at the costals along the lower rib cage, high in the front at the sternum, and deeply in the back along the spine. The diaphragm also attaches to itself via a central tendon, making the diaphragm one of the unique muscles of the body. The diaphragm uses its central tendon and its attachments as leverage to flatten during inhalation. The expansion of the ribs comes from the resistance of the internal organs to downward movement. As the internal organs are slow to move, the ribs expand to make room for the lungs. While the diaphragm attaches at the bottom of the ribs, its range of motion never reaches that low in the body. As seen from below, we get a sense of the full range of motion of the diaphragm as it would glide over the aorta, the vena cava, the esophagus, and the internal organs.
So as you inhale, you can imagine the air filling in lungs, causing your lungs to expand, and the diaphragm also likewise gets pushed down into the organs, massaging the organs and causing the stomach to move out. And so as a vacuum, the air goes in, the diaphragm gradually pushes the air out. So we don't need to force the air out. At the sort of imagining that this muscle working naturally, and us doing our best to control our breathing, but let it flow naturally. So I encourage everyone to really practice their abdominal breathing during this challenging time that we are all experiencing. Take some time for yourself. I believe after a 10-15 minute relaxation period and you go back to the assignment you were working on with new eyes and new lens, and you'll find that you're able to accomplish it because you sort of change your mind, you change your perspective. So again, please take the time to relax. And meditation, I think we all sort of see it as a complicated and difficult process, but I mean, call it what you will: meditation, taking time for yourself, relaxation, turn off the TV. It's just some time to allow our thoughts to settle, to process, so that we're able to look at things differently. So I thanks everyone for joining the meditation, yoga meditation today. And I wish everyone well. And thank you very much.